Okay, there is one Java code called letters in array. Now, this is a little bit complicated. In the first part, I would like to make an array, and this array is done by one method, create array. You can check on your outline. So how many methods do we have? We have create array, display array, count letters, and display counts. So we have 4 additional methods. The main method, yeah, it is necessary. So including the main method, it means we have 5 methods. So what we can check here, we have create array. So if you click here, then you will go to the create array method. And as you can see, this is a character with an array. So this is a character with an array. And we can have another method like display array, count letters, and display counts. So we can have several methods. And in your team project, I guess you will need these several methods. Okay. So you will make some more methods, not only one method or not only 2, but there will be many methods. So let's check one by one. In the first part, this one, we want to create array. What is create array? Here is create array. In the create array, first I set up the character chars with 100 size. And then I would like to have a random character. What is this random character? So if you press your keyboard, control, okay? You have the key control in your keyboard. Control and then mouse, you can move your mouse. So you can see that now it shows a thumbnail. Okay? The thumbnail means you can click, and when you click random character, you will go to a class. What is this class? This is a class to create a random character. You can see on the left, there is a class, and this is the class of random character. So we will learn also how to make different class like this one. And this class has a very unique. As you can see here, there is no main method. Okay, there is no main method. What you can see here is only the methods that you want to run. Here we have the get random character with 2 parameters. We have get random lowercase letter, get random uppercase letter, get random digit character, and get random character. So let's just see one. I want to get a random character method. And here it will return a character. And how we can do this random? You still remember math.random? Yeah, math.random means you will generate any numbers. Now we have ch1, and then the random number will be ch2 minus ch1 plus 1. This is maybe complicated. What is this? What does it mean? Now, let's see. Let's get back to this one. Random character, and I want to get random lowercase letter. What is lowercase? Lowercase. A, B, C, D with small letter. Is uppercase, then you will have A, B, C, D. This is what we call as uppercase. This is we call lowercase. Okay. Now I want to get a random lowercase letter. What is lowercase letter? So I want to get a random character, and this is the get random character, and I want to start from A until Z. Do you still remember what is A? A is a character because it is using one single quote. And you can see the CH here plus method random. Do you still remember? What is the character CH here? Is A. Character A. Do you still remember the integer number of character A? It is 97. Why 97? It is based on the ASCII character. I mentioned to you about the American Standard Code for Information Exchange. So here we have this number. Oh, not this one. If you can see, press on this one. The big A is 65 and the small a is 97. So this is the code given by some organization that this is the standard number. So I know that a small a is 97. What about Z? Z is 122. Okay. Now, then what does it mean by this formula? This formula means that CH1, then every character will start with 8. So it will be starting with 97 plus random. What is random? It's any number. Okay. It can be 0 until 1, and I do not know. It can be 0. It can be 0.2. It can be 0.1. It can be 0.5. It can be 0.7 and anything. And I want to multiply it with the CH2. CH2 in this case, I have Z, which is 122 minus CH1. CH1 is 8 minus 97 and then plus 1. Then the number here will be limited. This number means there will be only number between 97 until 122. Okay. It will not over than 122. That's the meaning of this formula. If it is in between 97 and until 122, it means that we want to get all the possible character from A until Z. Okay. So This is the formula. And after I have this formula, what I can do, now I have any character and I will return the characters. After I create the array, I want to display the array. So display array means I want to print. Let's see what is the meaning by display array. In the display array, I have one argument, and this argument is an array. I will check this array because there are 100 of characters. How do we know 100? Here, I have 100 characters. So every 20 lines, every 20 characters, I want to change the line. So if the I, which is the index, plus 1 can be divided by 20, then print line. Go to the next line. If it is not, then just print in the next. Okay. After I display, I want to count the letters. Count the letters means I want to know how many of A, how many of B, how many of C, how many of D, and so on. You can go to the count letters. And using the same way, what we learned before the mid-exam, we can count the letters. If it is O, then yeah, we can check how many O and how many I at a time. Now I have 26 letters. Why 26? Because A, B, C, D, E until Z, we have 26 characters. So I put 26 size. And then for every of the lowercase, I will put it into the array. How I put the array? This one. So if I check the array, chars I minus A will be added by 1. Can you guess this one? If it is A, what is the chars I? If it is a character A, then the value is 97. Okay. And if it is A minus A, then 97 minus 97 equals to 0. Then I will increase the counts index 0 by 1. So if it is A, then it will be in index 0. What about if it is B? If it is B, then of course it will be added by 1. So it is 98. So if 98 or B, then 98 minus 97, it will be 1. And the index 1 is here. It will be added by 1. So every of the character will have the integer value. And it will be added by 1 every time we found the character. And at the end, we will just print, we will return the count. And after we have the count, so I would like to print, and I want to display the count. The count is the result after we count the letters. So let's see, what is the display count? in the display count is similar with the previous one, but now I want to display until 10 lines. So if it is already 10, then print line. If it is not 10, then just print on the right side. If you run this, so it is random. Okay. It is 100 letters random, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. After 20, we print to the next line. And then after 20, we print to the next line. 20, print the next line. 20, print the next line. So we have 5 multiplied by 20. 5 multiplied by 20 means 100. And I want to know for every of the letters. So now I can check. There are 2 of A, there are 5 of B, there are 3 of C, there are 5 of D, and so on. If you run again, it will be random again, and you will check for every of the character. 6A, 1B, 4C, and so on. If you again run again, then it is also another random. Okay. Searching. So let's say I have one array, and then I want to look for a specific element. So searching is the process of looking for a specific element in an array. For example, discovering whether a certain score is included in a list of scores. So I have list, and then I want to find one value. So searching is a common task in computer programming. And there are many algorithms and data structures devoted to searching. Oh, okay, Idongi, you raise your hand. Any questions? Idongi, any questions? Idongi? Right? Okay, no question. So you can see from this method. Okay? So if you want to know more about this kind of things, yeah, you will need to take another course which we call as the algorithm, data structure and algorithm. And I will just explain actually linear search, not binary search. I think binary search you will learn later on the data structure and algorithms. So here I have one method, linear search. Sorry, this is the method. In the linear search, I will give the list or the array, and then I would like to check what is this number. Is there any number in this variable in the list? So if there is a list I which equal to the key, then return the I. I means the index or the position of that numbers. If I cannot find it, then it will return -1. Oh, Hidongi, you raise your hand again. By looking at this one, so the linear search approach compares the key element, which is key, and sequentially with each element in the array list. And the method continues to do so until the key matches an element in the list or until the list is exhausted without a match being found. If a match is made, it means if there is the condition key which is equal to the list in any particular index, then the linear search returns the index of the element. It means it will return the I. It will return the I. If no match is found, then the search return -1. So that's the meaning by this code. So if I can just give you the animation, the task is to search number 3 from the list. Okay. I want to check number 3. Is there any 3 in this list? Yeah, you can obviously see, yeah, we have 3. But how we can ask computer to find the 3? Of course, the computer should go from the first. So I will check 6, which is the first element, equals to 3. No. Then I will go to the next. 4 equals to 3. No. I will go to the next. 1 equals to 3. No. I will go to the next. 9 equals to 3. No. 7 to 3. No. 3 and 3. Yes. Then I know that this is a number in the index, because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I will return the index 5, because 3 is located in the index 5. If you cannot find any number until the end of the array, then it will return -1. So we can make like this one, the linear search with one method of array type, one argument of array type, and one argument of primitive data type. And you can run this after you know. Let's say I have list 1, 4, 4, 2, 5, 3, -3, 6, and 2. If I do the linear search list, 4, what is the result? It returns 1, right? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. Why not 2? Why it returns 1? Because they will find the first one, okay? Not the last one, not the second one, not the third one. So the first time they found the key, then they will give the index. How about if I want to find -4? It returns -1. It means we don't have -4 in the list. Okay, so 1, 4, 4, 2, 5, -3, 6, 2. So okay, we have no -4. What about list, -3? Okay, then we will check 0, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we found -3 in the index 5. Okay. Okay, so that's about the methods and array. In this section, I would like to teach you about the multi-dimensional array. And I'm just focusing on the numerical data. In one-dimensional array, we have the array with integer square bracket. Let's say list. I want to have an integer with 10 size. We call this is one-dimensional array. Because we only have one square bracket. But we can have two-dimensional array. If it is 2, then we have 2 square brackets. Let's say I have ref for and I want to make two-dimensional array. So we have 10, 10. We can also do something like this one. What is the data type with 2 square bracket? Explain the variable name, and then we have 2 size, which is 10 and 10. We can declare like this one. But as you know, this alternative syntax is not recommended. This one will be better if you define the two-dimensional arrays. Usually, we use this two-dimensional array as a matrix. When we have a matrix, let's say I have 2 dimensions and I want to create a matrix. And I will explain this with 10 size of the first dimension and the 10 size of the second dimension. And whenever we declare like this one, you can declare like this too, with the square bracket after the variable or the square bracket after the data type. Both methods are okay. Of course, like what I mentioned before, this one is recommended. And we can explain every of the element. For example, matrix 0.0 equals to 3. By using this one, actually, we can have a kind of method like this one. In this case, I can separate into 2. I have I and I have j. So I will be from the matrix.length, and then j will be from the matrix I.length. What does it mean? So I will show you later. In this case, I would like to have matrix I comma j, which is a random number multiplied by 1000, and I want to make it as integer. You can have the idea of the two-dimensional array like this one. The first one, it is a matrix with the size 5 and 5. It means I will define 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will see this one is from 0. We know that the index, the index will be from 0 until n-1. n-1 means the size. Now, I want to check what is matrix.length. Matrix.length, it will return the first element, which is 5. What is matrix 0, which is index 0 dot length? It is 5. Because I know that the matrix here in index 0, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, in the matrix index 1, I will have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the matrix length will be 5. Matrix index I, if I is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the length will be also 5. So we can say that this is a kind of square matrix, 5 multiply by 5. Okay. And I want to put a value, matrix 2, 1. So matrix 2, 1 means I want to put in the matrix index 2, which is the row 2 and column 1. So this is the value 7. Okay. I can make the array at once. If I make the array at once means I will define integer with 2 square bracket, and then I have array, and first I have the first curly bracket, and for every row I will define like this one: 1, 2, 3 with the curly bracket, and 4, 5, 6 with another curly bracket, 7, 8, 9 with another curly bracket, and then 10, 11, 12 with another curly bracket. If I define like this one, then the array will be like this. Now, the question is, what is the length? In this case, the length is 4. Why? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the length, if you have the array, it means the number of rows. And array index 0 dot length, it is 3. Oh, what is 3? Because we have 1, 2, 3. So the columns are 3. Actually, you can have the alternative to initialize the array. What we learned before is this one. We have the integer with 2 square bracket array, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, you can write like this one: integer with 2 dimension, and then I have the first dimension size is 4, and the second dimension size is 3. And then I will define for every of the row. Array index 0, 0, it is 1. This one. And then array index 0 and 1 is 2. Array index 0 and 2 is 3. Because the column is 3, then we finish until 2, and then we go to the next array, which is 1, 0. So in the array 1, 0, we have 4, 1, 1 is 5, 1, 2 is 6. And then we have 2, 0 is 7, 2, 1 is 8, 2, 2 is 9, 3, 0 is 10, 3, 1 is 11, and 3, 2 is 12. So these two codes are the same. But if you want to make your array, which one is better? Maybe this one is better because it is short. Okay. We call it, this is the shorthand notation. Okay. So please don't confuse with this shorthand notation. And when we have two-dimensional array, actually we can have the like rectangular or box. For every of the array, let's say we have integer 3, 4, then the row number is 3. There are 1, 2, 3. And 4 means the number of column. So we have first column, second column, third column, and fourth column. So the x0 length is 4 and x1 length is 4 and x2 length is 4. Okay, so all have the same column number. If you have additional array index, let's say this one, array 4 dot length, it will be error. Why? Because when we have this array, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this is the index 0. It is index 1, it is index 2, and it is index 3. Is there any index 4? No, because we have only 3. This is based on the index number. There's another kind of array, we call it Rect arrays. In the Rect arrays, it means each row is a 2-dimensional array, is itself an array. So this is another array. And the rows can have different length. In this case, the first row is 5. The second row is 4. Right? We have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third row is 3. The fourth row is 2. The fifth row is 1. So we call this as the Rect array, because every row have different size. Every of their element in the line have different length. Okay, because this is Rect array. So if you make this kind of array in your Java code, there might be something like this one. So we have 2-dimensional array, and when you define this with a curly bracket, the first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it shows something like this. The other one is 2, 3, 4, 5. It shows like this one. 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry. I think I missed this number. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, and 5. Oops. Okay, I made a mistake here. So I will fix this one later. So there are some ways to do the 2-dimensional arrays. First, we can initialize the arrays with input values. Or we can print the arrays. We can sum all the elements, and we can sum all elements by column. So let's see one by one. You want to initialize the array. Initialize. So you want to set the array at the first time. Then you will use scanner. You will ask the user, please input your numbers. Then you will input the numbers, enter the length, which is the row, and enter the length, which is the column. So how many rows and how many columns do you want? And then after I input those values, I can run the for loop, which is 2 for loop. The first for loop is for the row, and the second loop is for the column. So once it is in the row index 0, I will go to the column index 0, and then I will wait for the input from the users. Let's say I want to put 5. Okay. After I input 5, it will go to the next because I will have the column plus plus. So it will go to the column 1. Let's say I have 3, and then it will go again column plus plus. So it will go to the column number 2, and so on. This is what we call as the initializing the array. If you already know how to make the array, then you can just put random values for the initialization. The random values means, yeah, I have the row matrix length, and then the column will go from the 0 until the row dot length, and then I will do the math random, multiply by any number. So in this case, I just multiply with 100 and I put them as integer. Print the array. Printing the array with the 2-dimensional is similar with the printing the array with 1-dimensional, but maybe after you print the array in one row, you can print the next line, so you can know what is separated. Summing all the elements. You can have array, and then you will have the index 0 until length, and then you can have the column index 0 until the length of that row, and then you can do total. So you want to sum all the elements in your matrix. Or you want to sum all the elements by the columns. So let's say if I have a matrix like 1, 3, 2, and then 4, 3, 6, 5, and then let's say 2, 4, 3. Okay. So I want to know the sum of the column. The summation of the column will be 1 plus 3 plus 2. That is 6. Okay. And what is the second column? Summation? It is 13. And what is the summation of the third column? It is 10. So I want to sum based on the column. Then you can get with this code. So the integer total, and then I will do the row. For every row until the length, I will make the total. And then, yeah, I will check. I will print the summation of the column. Okay, I guess it's the time to finish. I will stop here and